All right. So this is the One Photo, One Story project. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at these Google Slides and we're going to learn about photography and Dorothy Lang. And then you're going to have a project due the following week. So photography. A photo is worth 1,000 words. Photography helps us capture a moment and save it forever. The essential purpose of photography is communication. Few people take pictures solely to please themselves. Most of us take them because we want them seen by others. We wish or are compelled to inform, educate, entertain, reform, or share some experience with others. People love to share photos. They're always sharing photos. Whether you're sharing them on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you're you love to share photos. Everyone does. So, photography is all about communication. You're telling a story with your photos. Our artist is Dorothy Lang. She was born May 26, 1895 in Hoboken, New Jersey, and she died October 11th, 1965 in San Francisco, California. And she's an American documentary photographer whose portraits of displaced farmers during the Great Depression greatly influenced later documentary and journalistic photography. She led the way to how people take photos for newspapers or journals or magazines. Okay, she really focused on the emotion of the people she was taking a photo of. So she wanted to convey emotion, feelings, and she really wanted to touch her audience and really like move them. So, a little bit on her background. During the Great Depression, Dorothy Lang photographed the unemployed men who wandered the streets. Her photographs of migrant workers were often presented with captions featuring the words of the workers themselves. She really wanted to present who they were and how they felt. So she always took um, quotes by these people when she was putting, well, when she decided which photo she was going to choose. She always went with the quote by the people that were in it. Lang's first exhibition, held in 1934, established her reputation as a skilled documentary photographer. And in 1940, she received the Guggenheim Fellowship. The Guggenheim Fellowship is really hard to get. The Guggenheim Museum is hard to get your artwork into. You have to be really prestigious. Because she got the fellowship, she was able to, like, they're telling her that a section of the museum will always have some of her artwork in it or her photos, which is great. Documentary photography usually refers to a popular form of photography. It's used to chronicle events or environments, both significant and relevant to history and historical events, as well as everyday life. Document photography is used in the media all the time, or even scientists. So, in the media, they're documenting historical events that happen, whether it's like a movement that's taking place, um, life changing stuff that's happening, a presidential election, different things that are happening in our country that they want to remember. Scientists use documentary photography to, keep evidence of something that's happening. So it could be like soil erosion for a scientist. They could take pictures of the same spot and chronological them in order so that you can see the loss of soil erosion that's happening over a certain period of time. All right, so Dorothy Lang, here we go. Her most famous picture is called The Migrant Mother. It's a mom with three of her children on her, around her. So she's got this little boy right here and this one right here, and then she's got a baby in her lap. And what she did was she really captured the way the mother was looking. Like, she's got these children depending on her, but she doesn't look she doesn't look happy. It's not like a portrait that you would hang on your wall of your family. She looks tired and stressed and full of worry. She's worrying about what's going to happen to her family. Maybe her husband is one of those men that left the area to go look for work and she hasn't seen him in a while and she hasn't heard from him. Maybe she's like concerned about if they're ever going to see him again. So things of that nature. So then this one is of women during the Dust Bowl that are living out of the car. Like this is the mom and her children and their little bit of belongings that they were able to keep and the mattresses that they're sleeping on top of their stuff. So they're showing like the field where this used to be full of wheat or some sort of food, and then there's nothing. So we're really seeing this hardship that the mothers and the children had placed on them during these times. Dorothy Lang really focused on women and children and how their lives were being affected by different things. Another photo that I wanted to share with you is of the children. Usually the kids are playing and they're happy and they're they're carefree, and right here we have a photo of children that are just filled with as much worry as their parents. So these are like the emotions that she really wanted to get across to people in the country and how things were going. So our project is going to be for you to choose a photo that means something to you. It can be a photo of past or current generations in your family, a special family member, a special moment, anything like that. You can look through old photo albums if your parents have them. You could take a photo and have it be like something recent and just make sure that there's deep meaning behind it. Like there's a story to tell. And what you're going to do is you're going to get on that slide that is provided for you in Classroom, and you're going to write 8 to 10 sentences explaining the importance of your photo you have chosen. Be sure to include who it is of, when it was taken, where it was taken. If you don't know when it was taken or where it was taken, you could at least tell me who's in the photo. And then you're going to upload your photo onto your Google slide. Do not edit anyone else's slide. Doing so will cost you 50 points of your project. We don't want to mess with anybody else's work. And then, of course, you're going to type up your photo rationale on your slide. So what I did was I created an example, and so I put my name at the top of the slide, just like I want you to do. And I put my picture off to the side. And then I put when it was taken, May 21st, 2017. And then I have my rationale after it. So I have 8 sentences about this. So it says, this is a photo of my husband, Casey Comstock, on the night he caught the state record catfish. The catfish weight was over 30 pounds, but was never determined because the scale only went up to 30 pounds. And not thinking the catfish was cut up before an actual weight could be completed. So it was never recorded as the state record. Casey fished all night and caught this monster catfish. He was with his friend when he caught this. Now Casey hosts a fishing show titled 80K Fishing Adventures. And you can find it on YouTube if you really want to look for it. He caught this catfish and he brought it home, and what happened is that we couldn't keep it any longer because we didn't want it to spoil, so we cut it up before we could find a scale that went higher than 30 pounds. And so it was recorded, but it wasn't official, is what's going on in that one. So that's a good example. So then we have like another example. Just really quick, I wanted to show happiness as my emotion in this one, okay? And so this one, I wanted to do another happy one because you don't have to have like really sad pictures for your photo with a story. You could have something that's like just a happy moment that you remember. So again, I put my name at the top of this one. I put my picture off to the side, and I put the date on it, June 20th, 2015. Casey and Aubrey standing in a pile of fireworks. Every year, Casey buys a huge pile and sets them off all summer and into fall. In this picture, they have just opened the box and are getting ready to set them all up in the yard for a party. Shown in the picture are the smaller fireworks. The bigger ones were set up later. Casey and Aubrey were excited about the size of the pile they had in front of them. So, of course, like, it's just a happy memory, between like a father and a daughter and getting together to do something fun. All right. You could have a picture of I'll go back to the project slide. You have a picture of your favorite animal that has a good story with it. Maybe you have a dog that saved you from drowning, or maybe you saved your cat from a fire or something. Okay. So it can have like a really good story behind it. You could have a picture from like a family member who's in the military, and you got a picture of them, so you could say like who it's of, where they were when it was taken, or maybe you don't know, but you could just have things like that. You could have a picture from like a really special event that happened in your life or in your family or like a best friend thing. You're more than welcome to do any of those things. All right. So make sure you get onto your slide and so your slide is over here. I just want you to see this. So make sure you type your name and your photo story here, and then you add your photo on the other side, and then you will be set. Make sure you hit submit. A lot of people keep forgetting to hit submit. It's very important to always hit submit when you do your classwork. Okay? And I can't wait to see what you add.